Join us. A number of government of Guam employees expressed their concerns to the Guam Federation of Teachers about the governor's COVID-19 vaccine mandate for executive branch employees. KUAM's Isaiah Ugin has this report.
We are fighting a much different pandemic.
In early August, Governor Leon Guerrero ordered mandatory COVID-19 vaccinations for executive branch employees, where the workers would be subject to disciplinary action and or have to submit weekly negative COVID test results. Since then, the Guam Federation of Teachers, or GFT, has received an overwhelming response of complaints from a lot of GovGuam employees about Executive Order 2021-17. GFT is a union that represents Government of Guam employees to include employees from the judicial branch by voicing their concerns. According to GFT Field Representative Robert Koss, the nonprofit organization has received complaints not only from teachers but employees from all three branches of government.
And that doctor informed me that he was opposed to these forced vaccination because doctors aren't allowed to force medical treatment on their clients. You can't coerce somebody into taking some sort of a medical treatment, even to include a vaccination. And so ethically, from a doctor's perspective, he felt that what is happening here was very, very wrong, and that he had a duty and an obligation as a doctor to oppose giving people vaccinations who he felt were coerced.
Koss said that a lot of the complaints show that the reason why most residents are not getting vaccinated is because they're scared for medical reasons, and that there are no studies that display the long-term side effects. He shares that if Governor Leon Guerrero gave employees an opportunity to share their input about the mandate, most employees would not be against the enforcement of the vaccination mandate.
But, had the governor maybe given up some of her power and allowed the people to participate in the policy, I think there would be much less opposition to what's going on right now.
Koss also shares what the next move is for the organization.
I think, the underlying theme of the freedom to choose, seems to be the message that's easiest for us to support, because that allows everybody the right to choose to get their vaccine. And if they choose not to, it looks like there may be consequences.
For more information on the union's mission, visit their website at gftunion.com. Reporting for Guam News Network, Guahusi Isaiah Ugin.
There was a break-in at Ocean View Middle School Monday evening, the first day of face-to-face instruction being suspended. Only the littlest things were taken from the agate campus, according to Guam Department of Education Deputy Superintendent Erica Cruz. However, she explained that the school facilities were vandalized.
Ocean View Middle School, much of the situation there was a lot of vandalism. We did have a necklace stolen from the principal's office, but as far as items that were stolen is minimal. However, the vandalism did occur at the school, and so not the superintendent, but the principal did submit a report to my office, and I'm currently reviewing that information. I know GPD was down there with Crime Lab and left around noon yesterday to do some fingerprinting and whatnot. And so, that's something that we continuously remind our employees, our principals, to ensure that they properly secure their classrooms.
As KUAM News reported, GDOE set aside $20 million in American Rescue Plan funds for various security aspects like improving fence lines and purchasing security equipment. According to GDOE Superintendent John Fernandez, that allocated funding has not been spent. On today's Holding the Line, KUAM spoke with one school nurse that ensures each child at her school is COVID-free and safe. Daniel Perez has more.
The first to respond if a child is sick or injured, especially in school, are the island school nurses. In a pandemic like this, they are the children's first defense. School nurse Lily Mae Concepcion explains how she's holding the line for our children in order to prevent them from catching COVID-19.
As soon as my foot reaches school grounds, I am busy. My phone is going off the hook. I have, on top of the illnesses and injuries that happen every day, We do preventive measures to prevent the spread of COVID. Basically, we just ensure that students are healthy to be here to learn, and so they can learn to be healthy.
Conception admits it is a challenge to monitor each child at school, but she manages to look out for each student's well-being, and that is ultimately her goal each day.
We are all almost burnt out, and we're just asking people to do their part and basically do the basic things to prevent the spread.
With the surge in COVID cases, Conception says island residents need to continue to stay vigilant.
The numbers are just so high right now. If you haven't had or known somebody that was positive or a family member that has been exposed, then consider yourself lucky. But with the numbers right now, our luck is going to run out and we have to do our part.
Conception further added that parents also need to do their part.
Be aware. If your kids have any symptoms, get tested and keep them isolated if they have any symptoms. Do your part too, because if it's not the kids, you're still going out and doing things, you're exposing your families also.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Daniel Perez.
37-year-old Thomas Edward Duenas III was charged with strangulation, felonious restraint, and family violence. Officers reported to a Dededo residence on Tuesday night. A female victim reported that Duenas allegedly pulled her back into the house and began choking her and punching her in the face several times when she attempted to leave and call for help. She was eventually able to call the police at a neighbor's home when Duenas fell asleep. More than 20,000 Afghans who fled their home country have arrived in the U.S., and there are an estimated 40,000 more at bases overseas that could soon be on their way. Natalie Brand at the White House with info on what the government is doing to help them find a new home.
Afghan families arriving into the U.S. carried what little they were able to take with them as they fled their home country.
These are people who are interpreters and who worked in other capacities with the U.S. government and whose lives were in danger.
Sasha Chanoff is executive director of Refuge Point, one of the groups helping with resettlement efforts. Right now, the U.S. government is building capacity at 8 U.S. military bases across the country to eventually house up to 50,000 evacuees.
There are people who come to this country, American citizens and others, who have family members who may not go to those military bases, U.S. citizens, of course, who may not go to those bases, and those bases are meant to be temporary regardless.
The federal government, working with state and local leaders and the private sector, will help the refugees find more permanent places to live.
We have homes ready for about 34,000 of those people. There's still 16,000 homes that we need to find in the U.S. right now.
Adding to the urgency, the number of children who were separated from their families during the chaotic evacuation.
We're deploying staff now to work with unaccompanied children and others in places across the world so that they can reunite with families.
And many Afghan allies are still trying to flee the Taliban. A senior State Department official estimates a majority of individuals who qualify for special immigrant visas have not yet made it out. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
With regional headlines, here's KSPN 2 News.
Holidays and Tiro Guam. Here's what's making headlines in the CNMI.
Appropriation bills originate in the House of Representatives, which passed its version of the 2022 budget. After some Senate amendments, Speaker Edmund Villagomez says the bill's heading to conference committee.
Yesterday we had a session. We did entertain the Senate version, the amendments they made to the budget, and we rejected it. Everyone present voted in favor of the rejection with the exception of one.
One of the bones of contention, hospital funding.
House Ways and Means added over $2 million, about maybe 2.6, 2.8 to the hospital, which the Senate took out and spread it out to other activities, which included the scholarship office as well, but it went to other things. Another issue, executive branch salaries. The amendments by the Senate included, and I think the administration, it's worth looking into, going over the salary caps and the pay raises. Both the House and Senate have selected their conference committee members and are ready to proceed now.
Despite the loss of its major industry, tourism, the Sinai economy has been able to keep its head above water thanks to federal assistance, which is separate from the local budget.
With the money coming in from the federal side, it's everything that's coming in is to help stimulate the economy. Everything from the PEBT to the the stimulus card that's going, it's all to stimulate the economy, and I think that's where the revenue is coming in from, on top of the other like the child tax and everything else.
And the speaker looks forward to even more in the future.
There is more coming, and the administration is also making efforts to still keep an eye on the tourism industry to try to get it to rebound, and because the funds coming in, like ARPA, for example, there's a time limit to it. So I think we're looking at maybe late 2023 or early 2024 before, that's the cutoff, and we need to spend this money.
In the meantime, the speaker offers advice to the private sector.
It's also like a good time where, yes, things are down, but this gives those that are stakeholders in the industry for tourism, for example, to kind of reset, revamp, renovate, whatever needs to be done, so that when or if we open up our borders, a little bit more for visitors to come in, we'll be ready to receive them.
For more news, please visit saipantv.com. For KSPN2, I'm Sally Limas.
Stay tuned. Next on Weekend Edition, we have Culture Club, and still to come, Dave Delgado with a look at local sports.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
You can count on me. You can count on me for life. Chase a good life, creating those better days. Through each and every phase, keep your roots in the ground. Don't need to worry, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life. Yeah. You can count on me. You can count on me for life. Whoa.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Welcome back. For this week's Culture Club, we pull out one of our favorites from the KUAM archives. Here is Lawrence Borja.
Culture Club, brought to you by Hanem.
36-year-old Lawrence Borja has a unique hobby that ties him to the Chamorro culture. He researches, edits, and transcribes sacred Chamorro hymns that were taught by the Franciscan Capuchin missionaries in the early 1900s. It's something that he's been doing since he was a little kid.
I remember being at my grandmother's house in Sinahanya, and she had a little songbook. It was called La Blancanta, and in that songbook it had the words for all of the songs that we would sing at Mass.
For Borja, he was very interested in music and had started to pick up the keyboard.
That there really wasn't any sheet music available for these songs, that most people who played them by ear or remember they memorized the music.
He came across someone who tried to transcribe it, and it was like gold for him. He became fascinated with the idea.
So that sparked my interest to researching these songs and realizing that we didn't have the internet at the time, so I couldn't go online like to YouTube or to Google and research them. And a lot of them was, a lot of the songs that I was taught came from being an altar server at church and hearing our tetza, our cantora sing it at night, and also memorizing it and trying to play it on the piano as well.
The Chalampago resident says he was only 7 years old when he discovered that Little Novena book, and he was just 12 years old when he started playing piano for Mass. But it was while he was a middle school student at St. Francis that he would get much needed help for the hobby he loved.
So we had a computer at home, and my dad got me a software program, and it was a program where you can put music into the music into the program, and it'll print out professionally the chords, the notes, the words, and so that got me interested into transcribing.
Borja has never had any formal music training and is self-taught, but credits a lot of what he learned to his music teacher while at St. Francis. As his interest in transcribing continued to grow, Borja came across something while surfing YouTube.
There was this song playing, and it was a Spanish hymn from Spain. And I realized that it had the same melody as one of the songs that we sing in Mass. And I began to Google it, and then I found other songs that were part of, I guess, songs that they would sing in Spain. And it was a song, Tatuna Izius, that we sing. I found the original music for Corazon Santos, Abenan Enzuas. And then even in the book itself that Polly Roman had put, there were other songs there that we didn't know the melodies for.
He then made it his mission to find the original music for many of the hymns. It led him to online libraries of digital copies of hymns that were preserved by universities in Spain and South America.
From there, I would just compare the texts of the songs that we had and then the melodies and the text in Spanish from Spain, and sort of put them together and say, oh, wait a minute, this is a song. From this book, this is a song to Mary, and it has the same lyrics as you would you would have translated it in Spanish to Chamorro.
Borja believes that the church in the village has a great influence in preserving the Chamorro culture.
We have prayers that are ancient, that are in our native tongue. Some words even archaic that prayer leaders or even our Manamka these days won't really understand. But it is a place that we can perpetuate songs, we can perpetuate lessons or traditions, also proverbs, and also cultural practices. When somebody passes away, or what do we do when someone's baptized? What's our tradition when someone gets married? So the village churches, have that not really a responsibility, but they have that great mission to preserve and protect the culture of our people.
He has made the roughly 200 hymns and songs that have been compiled, translated, and edited accessible for people all over the world. You can visit kamalin.weebly.com.
The reason why I've done this is because much of the help that I received came from online resources, and also, I believe that prayer is at the center of this. I call it a ministry, not so much a mission. In the end, it's almost the joy you get when you finish a crossword puzzle. You solved another mystery on your own, and I'm grateful that the Lord has given me that blessing and has charged me with that mission.
Culture Club, brought to you by Harlem.
You can see this and future Culture Club segments on KUAM's digital platforms. Up next, we have sports with Dave Delgado.
Half a day. As we look ahead to a brighter tomorrow, Matson's commitment to Guam and Micronesia remains stronger than ever. While the world around us is ever changing, what remains unchanged is our commitment to you, our customers, and the island communities we serve. Shipping is what we do best, and serving our community is at the heart of everything we do. But we don't do it alone. This is why we support organizations that make caring for the people and the environment a top priority. We know that many count on Matson's lifeline services in the Pacific, and that's why we continue to work hard to ensure that our shipments remain on time all the time. Matson recently added another Aloha-class vessel to our schedule. We now have two of Matson's largest and fastest ships serving Guam from the U.S. West Coast and Hawaii. With our new state-of-the-art vessels, we stand ready to support the region's economic recovery. Thank you for the privilege of serving you for the last 25 years, and you can count on Matson to be here for the next 25 years and beyond.
Hi, my name is Justine Shu.
Jim Pamplona.
Alexis Sablon. I'm Minami Kramer, and I'm a GTA youth leader.
Because of GTA, I was able to go to Interlaken, a summer music camp over the summer, and I'm very, very grateful for that opportunity.
It helped me pay for my college tuition with a scholarship.
Benefits, including a free phone and a year free service.
If you're someone who wants to inspire others, help others, and become a better person, this is for you.
Become a GTA youth leader today.
100% truck, 100% Jeep. Experience next-level off-roading on your new Jeep Gladiator, the most capable off-road midsize pickup truck crafted for adventure, equipped with best-in-class towing capacity, legendary 4x4 Jeep capability, and backed by Guam's only lifetime powertrain warranty. Drive home in a 2021 Jeep Gladiator today, starting as low as $315 per paycheck during Jeep Adventure Days. Visit CarsPlusGuam.com to get pre-approved online today. Terms and conditions apply. Cars Plus, driven by you.
KUAM Sports Weekend Roundup is brought to you by Gatorade.
Our men's national basketball team fell short in Game 2 of their FIBA Asia Cup qualifier against Chinese Taipei. Guam lost 85-77, ending their hopes of advancing in the tournament. Mark Johnson led Team Guam in scoring with 18 points, 2 rebounds, shooting 4 of 9 from the outside. Ty Wesley put up 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Takumi Simon added 15 points. Simon shot 50% from long range, hitting 5 of 10 from behind the line. Darren Hechanova finished the game with 4 points, but missed significant time on the floor after receiving stitches early in the game.
Fought through some trouble in the beginning with fouls and a few injuries that needed to be addressed, and that kind of threw us off our game, but we stuck with it, and we had every chance to make a run and get the victory, and we just fell short, and they hit some big shots down the stretch that I think made the difference.
Some of the younger guys on the team gained some quality playing time on the court. Chris Connor scored 9 points in 19 minutes. Ben Borja had 5 points in 9 minutes. Missing several key players on the roster, Guam turned the ball over 17 times. Missed free throws down the stretch proved to be costly. As a team, our guys finished 11 of 23 from the free throw line. Governor Lou Leon Guerrero recently awarded $36.9 million for youth and educational programs. $919,997 was for sports activities. Benefiting from the monies given out was the Guam National Tennis Federation for Guam National Tennis projects. The newly built Guam National Tennis facility in Harmon will be adding seating on the rooftop. The added space will allow spectators a bird's eye view on all their courts.
We heard about this grant and we were able to take advantage to improve on our facility, which we originally had some stairs and railings for our office building, and we weren't able to afford to put that in. So with this grant, we're going to be able to build some stairs and railing and open up the roof to spectators to see all 6 courts that are used for the tournaments and things. And so it's a really different perspective on spectating when you can watch from up there. It really opens up a lot of much better opportunity to see all the play.
Guam Elite Basketball for the Guam Village Basketball League is happy to receive money from the governor's youth and education programs. The $229,296 will help promote the sport of basketball throughout the island. The goal is to bring the sport to every village, beginning at the grassroots level.
We're real grateful that this administration has faith in Guam Elite Basketball to provide sports for the kids, and through this educational funding grant, we're able to secure a youth tournament for all the villages. So Village Island-wide Basketball League will be able to provide uniforms, free of cost, basketballs free of cost for all the participants, stipends for coaches, and the league will run it for about 10 months. So entrance fee is paid for all the kids. So we'll be, reaching out to the mayor's offices, trying to organize all the villages to be able to participate in our program.
Guam Elite will be establishing an online educational program for kids and coaches. The coaches and staff will also be going out to the villages to run camps and clinics, making the game fun, educational, and getting our youth healthy at the same time. Also receiving funds is the Manhoban Swim Club for the Manhoban Scholar Athletes After School Sports and Homework Assistance Program. $65,000 was given to the organization to help with their sporting activities.
It's going to be used for all of the Guam Swimming Federation swim teams, and we'll use the money to rent training facilities, education facilities, and then also to get tutors for our swimmers and our students.
Flores is also part of the pool task force and says the administration has been helping the federation solve their pool needs.
I'm so happy that the governor and lieutenant governor are giving us really solid support to try to fix the problems that we've had in the past. They're trying to get the Dado pool repaired. They're re-looking, fixing the Agana pool, and they're trying to help us find the opportunity for a new Olympic-sized swimming pool. But we really, really appreciate the support for our swimmers from the governor and lieutenant governor.
Due to the concerns over the recent increase of positive COVID cases, Special Olympics Guam has canceled their fall sports. Softball, badminton, and soccer will be put on hold until 2022. In a press release sent out, Special Olympics Guam is looking out for the health and safety of their athletes, volunteers, families, and sponsors.
Most of them have underlying health conditions. And so the board got together and we discussed the issue. We started looking at the decline in the hundreds of positive cases. So a decision was made that we go ahead and we cancel the rest of the season.
Special Olympics will be hosting a virtual badminton competition in the near future. Florek says he's hopeful they can add a soccer competition too.
Even with no activity over the last 2 years, ITC has allowed us to stay there, continue to allow us to stay there, be able to operate out of there when we have, Zoom meetings, as well as virtual programs. That is our central headquarters. So thank you to them. Thank you to GTA. GTA continues to provide us communication to include internet. Dave, thank you to you, because I know every now and then you call me up and you ask me what's going on. Really appreciate that. And our athletes definitely appreciate that.
Out of the $919,997 awarded to sports activities from the Governor's Youth and Educational Programs, the Guam Rugby Football Union for the Youth Sports Rugby Activity Program will receive $36,500.
Because of the shutdown and us being a contact sport, a lot of our rugby athletes, especially the sort of high school guys, missed a complete season. And because they did that, we sort of had this idea of why don't we try to put together some sort of like you've seen the punt, pass, kick competitions for, American style football. Do something like that as socially distanced, run drills and stuff, get everybody out there. So the funding is going to allow us to put a series of these camps on throughout the island in different locations and different fields for different age groups, different skill levels, with the idea of trying to keep our rugby skills alive, even in the age of COVID, trying to do it because we didn't have these competitions. So we're hoping that we can get that going, COVID restrictions, dealt with appropriately and all that in the coming months.
KUAM Sports Weekend Roundup is brought to you by Gatorade.
We found out in May of this year that our son had a rare medical condition and he could not seek the treatment he needed. Our specialists recommended that we travel, the only means of travel was via air ambulance.
I can honestly and truly say that Cabo Select Care is really the healthcare that is always there for us.
Of Guam employees and retirees. Enroll now.
KUAM News, in partnership with the Guam Visitors Bureau, brings you the Guam Safe and WTTC Safe Travel Certified Program Showcase. Look out for this powerful symbol for visitors, island residents, and industry workers alike, as it represents establishments with a consistent global commitment to safety practices. Stamped with approval by the Guam Visitors Bureau and the World Travel Tourism Council. Every Monday on KUAM News will feature a different local business who's taken the Safe Guam and Safe Travels pledge to maintain health and safety standards to get Guam back on track. Log on to visitguam.com to see how your business can receive the designation, what businesses in our community are Guam Safe certified, and have the WTTC Safe Travel certified.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
There are a lot of birthdays on this Labor Day extended island weekend, so happy birthday on Saturday to Ava Lou Camacho Quintanilla, who celebrates birthday lucky number 7. Birthday wishes coming to you from Mama, Papa, Mommy, Daddy, Landon, Susie, Maddox, Jax, and your loving family. Have a blessed happy birthday to Doris Santos, my darling daughter. I hope you have the very best day. Happy birthday number 5 to Benedict Ramon Naz. Mommy, Daddy, and Smuckers say they love you 5 ever. Very creative. You are the best son ever. 5 out of 5 would recommend. Man, I'm giving that a thumbs up right now. And the happy face emoji, and that's me. John Flores, we would like to wish our dad and Papa John a very spectacular happy birthday. We surely hope you enjoy your special day, and we love you, Bula, from your Flores and Tatautau families. Then on Sunday, happy September 5th birthday to KUAM kid Noel Mon. Noe! An attitude of gratitude is what this kind, loving young woman is all about. Happiest of birthday blessings to you in the States, Noel Mon. We love and miss you, and we're so proud of one of our outstanding KUAM kids. Happy birthday, Noe. And Ruben Tellen Mariano III. Happy birthday to our son, and may you be filled with happiness and love in life. Thank you for bringing joy to our family, our energetic, caring, and loving little Ruben. Love you so much, my sweetheart. From Mommy Venice, Daddy Ruben Jr., and brothers Isaiah and Kiant. Happy birthday each and every one.
Remember, you can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online at KUAM.com. Please make sure to include with your photo your name and birth date. That's all the time we have from all of us here at Guam's News Network. Thanks for watching and have a safe weekend.